Okay, Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. So now let's proceed to the next subtopic, which are structure and function, cell membrane and organelle. So now let's discuss about organelle first. Okay, so for organelle, okay, we can divide it into two. Either it is membranous organelle or non-membranous organelle. So for membranous organelle, we can also say that this is membrane-bound organelle and the other one non-membrane-bound organelle. So, apa beza antara membranous organelle and also non-membranous organelle? So, we look one by one. So, membranous organelle, okay, the cellular structure that are bound by biological membrane. So, means that secara ringkas, saya boleh katakan dekat sini, kalau untuk membranous organelle, it is refers to the organelle that are bound by biological membrane. Maksudnya kalau ada membrane bound or surrounded that organelle, so we call the organelle as membranous organelle. And then the membrane may be single layer or double layer of lipid and typically interspersed protein. So that's why if you look at the membranous organelle here, okay, we can divide into two. Either the organelle has double membrane or single membrane. So double membrane organelle are nucleus, mitochondria and also chloroplast, while for single membrane organelle are endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and then you have to remember for endoplasmic reticulum there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. The first one, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the second, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and then the next organelle which are single membrane are Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Another one, lysosome. Okay, so now we look at the non-membranous organelle. Okay, so for non-membranous organelle, it is a more solid structure that are not fluid filled. Okay, so they have no need for a membrane. Okay, so as a conclusion, for non-membranous organelle, it is the organelle that does not have bounded with a membrane. So dia tak ada membrane. Okay, so there are two organelles which are we consider as non-membranous organelle. The first one, ribosome. The other one, centriole. Okay. Okay, so now we look at the first organelle, which are nucleus. So, nucleus actually it is a double membrane organelle. Okay, double membrane means that it has outer membrane and also the inner membrane. And then the average size of the nucleus is around 5 micrometer in diameter, and it contains genes that control the entire cell activity. Okay, so if you look at the structure of the nucleus here, okay, so this is the nucleus. Okay, so it has the nucleoplasm. Here is the nucleoplasm. Okay, and inside of the nucleoplasm, it has the chromatin. Okay, and then the dense part inside of the nucleoplasm here we call as nucleolus. Okay, and then the outer layer here, so this one we call as nuclear envelope. And then if you look at the structure of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, so the structure of the rough endoplasmic reticulum is near to the nucleus. Okay, so what is the function of nucleus? It will control the cellular activity and cell division. Okay, so means that you have to remember the function of nucleus. It will control the cellular activity and cell division. And then the chromosome contain genetic codes to synthesis protein and also enzyme. Okay, and then if you look at the structure of the nucleus here, so kalau kita besarkan dekat sini, okay, so it has outer membrane and also inner membrane. So that's why we said that nucleus is a double membrane organelle. And then at nucleus here is the ribosome, and also it has nuclear pore. So the nuclear envelope consists of two membrane. So this one lah. Okay, it has the outer membrane and also the inner membrane, which its function is to separate the nuclear content from the surrounding cytoplasm. Okay, so for nuclear envelope, the nuclear envelope is perforated with pores known as nuclear pore. So means that kalau awak tengok based on the structure of the nuclear envelope, it has nuclear pore. So this is nuclear pore, and the nuclear pore will regulate passage of material between the nucleoplasm here. Okay, the passage of material between the nucleoplasm and also the cytoplasm. And then the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope is continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum and studded with ribosome. So the outer membrane of nuclear envelope. So this is the nuclear envelope. So the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope is continuous. Maksudnya kalau kita tengok dekat sini, kedudukannya adalah bersebelahan dengan rough endoplasmic reticulum. So since this is we call as rough endoplasmic reticulum, so it is studded with ribosome. So structure yang awak nampak kecil-kecil ni, so this one we call as a ribosome. Okay. And then next we look at the nucleolus. So where does nucleolus is located? Okay, it is right here. So actually nucleolus, it refers to the most dense part in the nucleus, and it will consist of RNA, protein, and also nucleolar organizer. Okay, so the function of the nucleolus, it is site for ribosome production. Okay, so production of ribosome start with the production of RNA, and then ribosomal protein import from the cytoplasm combine with rRNA in the nucleolus to form ribosomal subunit. And then ribosomal subunit will pass through nuclear pore into the cytoplasm. Okay, so if you look at this diagram, so nucleolus, okay, so nucleolus here, okay, it will produce rRNA and ribosome will produce or synthesize protein. Okay, so the association between rRNA and also protein, it will form ribosomal subunit. So once ribosomal subunit is already formed, so it will move to the cytoplasm. Okay, so next we look at the next organelle, which are endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so what is endoplasmic reticulum? It is a network of membranous tubule or flattened sac called cisternae. So this is what we call as the membranous tubule. Okay, so cisternae is like this. Okay, structure yang macam kita kata berlipat-lipat. Okay, flattened sac. Okay, so that one we call as cisternae. And then endoplasmic reticulum, okay, ER stands for endoplasmic reticulum, but in your writing you have to use the full name. Okay, endoplasmic reticulum membrane separate the internal compartment of endoplasmic reticulum lumen or cisternal space from the cytosol. So ER membrane here, okay, it will separate the compartment, okay, separate the internal compartment of ER lumen. ER lumen ni maksudnya dia berada di celah-celah cisternal ni lah, ataupun kita panggil sebagai cisternal space from the cytosol. So the endoplasmic reticulum membrane is continuous with the outer membrane of the nucleus. Okay, so this is nucleus. So the endoplasmic reticulum membrane, okay, is continuous with the outer membrane of the nucleus. Okay. So, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. So, the first one we call as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The other one we call as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. So, what are the main difference between smooth endoplasmic reticulum and also rough endoplasmic reticulum? So, for smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is a membranous tubule with no ribosome attached. So, ni kalau kita tengok based on the structure. So, this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So, kalau pada structure smooth endoplasmic reticulum, there is no attachment of the ribosome. But if you compare to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, okay, the structure is sac-like, okay, macam berbentuk kantung, and then ribosome are attached to the cytoplasmic surface of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so the main difference between the structure of the rough endoplasmic reticulum and also smooth endoplasmic reticulum. For smooth endoplasmic reticulum, there is no attachment of the ribosome. While for rough endoplasmic reticulum, there are attachment of the ribosome. And then the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is site of lipid synthesis, and then it will involve in carbohydrate metabolism, detoxify drugs and poison. Another one, it will store calcium ion. Okay, but you have to stress on the first function here. Because of what? Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is site of lipid synthesis. While for rough endoplasmic reticulum, its function is to pack and transport protein synthesized by ribosome attached to endoplasmic reticulum. And then the protein is packaged up in membranous vesicle. Because of what? Since at the structure of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it has a ribosome. So the function of the ribosome is as site for synthesized protein. So apa yang endoplasmic ataupun rough endoplasmic reticulum ni akan buat? Dia akan pack and transport protein synthesized by ribosome. Okay. And then the protein is packaged up in the membranous vesicle. Okay. So now we look at the detail about rough endoplasmic reticulum. So protein that will be secreted by the cell are produced by ribosome that are attached to the rough ER. Okay, and then the protein that enter the endoplasmic reticulum human are wrapped in membrane to form vesicle that buds off from the endoplasmic reticulum. So the vesicle are called transport vesicle. Okay, so kalau awak tengok based on this diagram, okay, so once ribosome is already synthesized the protein, so rough endoplasmic reticulum will pack and transport the protein which is synthesized by the ribosome. So how rough endoplasmic reticulum transport the protein? First of all, the protein will be wrapped in a membrane. Okay, maksudnya dia akan wrap dululah. Okay, and then it will form a vesicle. So this vesicle we call as transport vesicle that will be buds off from the endoplasmic reticulum. Buds off ni maksudnya dia terkeluar. So terhasillah transport vesicle that contain protein here. Okay. Alright, so this is the diagram. Kalau awak tengok dekat sini, okay, so kalau untuk smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it will the function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is site of lipid synthesis. Okay, site of synthesis of lipid. So this one also, okay, it will form a transport vesicle, okay, that contain lipid. Okay, and then this transport vesicle, okay, will be moved to the Golgi body here or Golgi apparatus, as well as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it will pack, okay, and also it will transport the protein which synthesized by the ribosome. And then this transport vesicle will carry the protein also to the Golgi apparatus.